Okay, here we go. Another thing I wanted to say about taming your monitors. My wife just brought up a point that is very, very important. See, what I'm telling you now is not gospel, it's not the way it must be. Quite often people ring me and say, how is it that snakes should be brought up? I often say to them, the best book you can read about how to bring snakes up is the one that you've written yourself. And what I mean by that is what works for me doesn't necessarily work for somebody else. I also do not want to get onto this YouTube and profess to be an expert. I've only just been in the game for a very short time, under 12 months, put it that way, so you can understand that there's not very much experience at all in the game. I mean, I've been breeding ridgetail monitors and little shit for years, but it's quite a different story to large monitors like these guys. Now, David Kirshner is who I consider to be the guru. I look up to him. He's had many years of experience, and I'm sure there's still stuff that he's still learning now. Now, what works for him doesn't necessarily work 100% for me, and vice versa for the bloke down the road. So just keep in mind the basics, and if you pretty much follow that, you should get to the point you want to get. But don't necessarily have to. I'm not trying to sound like an expert. I'm not trying to say this is what you have to do. I mean, I'm actually going to go and ask Dean to do a bit of a video himself, and maybe even we can lean on David Kirshner to put his words in, because I think it's something that's pretty important. And the reasons why I think so is there's so many people that see such a large and impressive and very beautiful looking lizard as a pet like this and think, gee, I'd love to have something like this. They bring it up the wrong way, and they make a mistake along the way, and the lizard becomes very defensive or a little bit aggressive, and then it gets shoved in a bird aviary out the back, never gets looked at, and thrown a chook leg every now and then. And they stress, they rub their noses on the wire, and they're not doing very well at all. Now, if we can avoid too many of these unwanted pets, too many of these unwanted lace monitors, it'd be awesome. I mean, they are an unreal lizard if brought up the right way. Anyway, so with a little bit of luck, David, if you're listening, please throw your words in, because you have the experience, and the way I'm explaining or expressing myself is probably not the right way. But anyway, I'll speak to you later. By all means, feel free to ask me questions. Just remember, this time of the year I'm pretty busy, and it's hard for me to find 5 minutes to do what I'm doing right now. Winter time, different story. Alright, see you later.